against Stuart Bingham. Mike Hallett still alongside me, Philip Studd in the commentary box, and Bingham, Mike, one of those players who's really transformed his game in the last couple of years, and it all seemed to kick off for him with that first ranking title, which has given him that much needed self-belief.
Yeah, absolutely. Another one who's similar, Mark Davis, really. He's a formidable player now. This is young Ryan Causton, amateur. He's not a professional. These tournaments are open to amateurs and professionals.
Won his first round at the Australian Open before losing out to Ian Burns in the round of 96 by 5 frames to 3. It's a big occasion for him, though, against one of the best players in the world right now, Stuart Bingham. He's been very consistent in the last 12 to 18 months since he won that Australian Open title. He's been runner-up in a couple of other majors. Now 37 years of age, Bingham, but playing as well as he has ever done. And this, of course, is a battle of the Essex boys. Bingham from Basildon.
Good red there. Quite hard enough to finish on the black, so I might have just to play a safety off the green. Big match this here for the young man.
Green ball. Causton. 1.
Half a chance here then for Causton.
Well, that was close. Oh, has that gone far enough to leave this red on to the right corner? I bet he thought he'd got that with the white going down.
One. Eight. 9. 16.
The veteran Tony Drago
17.
has come through in a final frame decider against Alexander Zambaka. So Drago through 4-3. He'll now play Rod Lawler, who defeated Rhian Evans 4-0 earlier on today. Dave Gilbert has come through against Robbie Williams by 4 frames to 3.
24.
So he'll be back to making albums in the near future, presumably. Oh no, it's not that one, is it?
25.
before we return to the live action, you saw Matthew Stevens come through that epic with Ben Harrison earlier today. Stevens perhaps feeling a little weary after that marathon match. Slipped 2-0 behind against Ricky Walden, although Stevens I should say, is 47 points to the good in the third frame. And the matches come thick and fast, of course. These players playing 3 matches today in order to get through to Sunday's finale, when they'll have to win 4 to lift the title. So although the matches are short, as Bingham, this is a relatively routine red to right centre, there's a lot of snooker to be played to win this title.
Yes, and Stuart won't have enjoyed that one.
One shoot.
Got a kick there. I think this is the beauty of these PTCs as well, Phil, isn't it? We're seeing a lot more new faces on our screens, aren't we? Whereas if they've been around the back playing on qualifying tables, they might not have got into the next round and whatever. So it's a great fillip for them to be able to play under these conditions and get the experience.
Absolutely. Causton will have had very limited experience of playing in front of a healthy crowd against a top-ranked player.
7.
The only way you improve is by tasting this precious situation.
8. Thirteen.
Plenty of red in the open here for the young man.
Fourteen. 21.
Well, Bingham guilty of unexpected error on that red.
Twenty-two.
Has 200 career centuries to his name, does Bingham. Prolific break builder. 3 times he's made a 147. And now up to 10 in the world.
Yeah, he's had a great couple of seasons, hasn't he? Premier League champion, of course. Oh, that's gone wrong.
An extraordinary evening, Mike. I think you may have been commentating.
Was 2-6 nils.
Back-to-back whitewashes and against, what was it, Selby and Robertson?
It was. Unbelievable.
That takes some doing, does it not?
Yeah, I mean, there's an extra match to put in there, but I mean, he won both matches 6-0. I'll tell you what, he played. That was the best snooker I'd ever seen him play. Incredible stuff.
And then went on to win the title by beating Judd Trump 7-2. Some performance.
30.
And that was a good shot as well from young Ryan there to recover.
Terrific pot.
Yeah, just sustained scoring. Just getting back to those Premier League matches, actually, yeah, Phil. Just sustained scoring over that period of time. It was incredible, really. We've seen players do it over a match, but not over 2 matches like that in the same evening.
36.
Bingham among the top players who did travel to the Australian Open. A number of players withdrew from the event, didn't enter. Lost out to Joe Perry on the last 16 out in Bendigo.
Yes, I think Marco Fu might be public enemy #1 over there, having beaten the local Neil Robertson in that final.
Terrific performance from Marco to secure his second ranking title. Neil Robertson not here in Rotterdam, and he's very frustrated about that. He withdrew from the tournament following his runners-up spot at the Australian Open with ill health. Wanted to play here. He's hoping that he'll be featuring 12 months from now in Rotterdam.
Well, Ryan's just got a little bit too much side on the cue ball there. Brought the white into the middle of the table. He's out of position.
Causton 48.
So 17 points, young Ryan Causton's lead.
Yes, nice touch there. I didn't want to leave a red onto the centre. I think Ryan will just chip off this red, take the white down the other end of the table. Well, again, Stuart expected to win this match, but this will be the first time that he's actually seen Ryan play, I suppose. It's always difficult when you're coming up against a new opponent where you don't know where their strengths and their weaknesses are. Good safety there from Stuart. In fact, it might be a snooker. Well, a good hit, just caught them a little bit on the thick side. He's offered up a pot here for Stuart. Not too close there. Lucky just to feel, well, landed a little bit over the top of the green. He might just play off the red near the side cushion. Just wait for his chance to get over the line here in this opening frame. Should really play off the left on red. Well, looks like he's having a go at this one. It's slightly awkward queuing. Well, this man has certainly found his feet over the last 2 or 3 seasons. Nice guy as well. Works hard. Never gets involved in anything at all. Just enjoys his snooker. But a big occasion for that young man today.
One.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Could be a well, I was going to say a match winner. That is a bit premature. Could be a frame winner. Terrific pot though. Look at that.
I bet he wish it was for the match.
Certainly worthy of winning a frame. 18 points in front, Causton.
Yeah, I don't think these 2 reds are set as a plant. And the blue is just slightly the wrong side of the blue. Well, he could settle for the 5 points and try and chip one of the reds into the left corner. He'll be playing the right-hand red of the 2, of course, here. And of course, if he can just knock this one in, he's got control of the board. He could lay the snooker and really put Stuart Bingham in some trouble. No, too thick. But he's got a good 23-point lead here. Well, he's just overdone that slightly. He's given Stuart a chance to get back into this frame.
Stuart Bingham just spotting a foreign object on the cue ball there as he was about to deliver his cue. Free Marcel Eckhart doing the polishing.
Thank you.
Well, Stuart yet to find his feet here.
Big frame for Ryan Causton. If he can clinch the opener, that will settle the nerves and he'll really feel in the match then. He's certainly the favourite at the moment, leading as he does by 23 points, 43 remaining.
Well, I was about to say I thought he'd fluked it, and then Stuart would have been in trouble. As it is, it's a good safety. Well, he's caught that way too thick. He's been lucky there.
Bingham in further trouble now. Snookered on both reds. Pretty assured start from the underdog.
It is. Well, doesn't want that in.
Foul and a miss. Brian Causton, 4.
Well, the miss has been called. Well, he's having it put back. I thought he might take the red on down the cushion. So 27 the lead. Still plenty on there,
Right.
Stuart, but trying to drop dead weight on this red, of course. Better angle. Has he caught the knuckle?
Foul and a miss.
Oh, how
Brian
close was
Causton,
that?
4.
Guess where that's going.
Take 3.
No warning, of course, this time because he can't see a ball on. Same again. I think he's caught the knuckle.
Foul and a miss. Brian Causton, 4.
Well, will he take the red on down the cushion? No, Brian's not interested.
35 the difference now with 43 remaining. I think that 39.
Foul and a miss.
That's amazing how he
Brian
keeps
Causton, 4.
catching that knuckle. Well, one more and he can only tie.
Foul.
Well, I
Brian
do
Causton,
believe they've put 4 points on the wrong score there. They put it on Stuart's side, not Ryan's, but amazing how he keeps catching that middle knuckle.
Yes, and as a result, that score is surely mistaken. I think the difference is now 43.
I think
43 left.
Yeah, it should be. It should be 75-32. I think that our graphic, scoreline graphic, is not correct at the moment.
So that red was frame ball for Causton. Stays out, but looks like he's got the consolation prize of a snooker. Unless there's a gap between pink and green.
Well, either way, Stuart needs high value. Well, he needs blacks. Yes, there's definitely 43 in this with 43 on. There should be 4 points taken off Stuart's score line and put onto Ryan's. There we go.
Hallett's mathematics in good working order, even though he's obviously getting on a bit now.
For a change, Phil.
Well, it's a skill not to be underestimated for a professional snooker player, isn't it? The ability to add up.
Yeah, it is. And of course, with everything going on, it's doing that and keeping your a cool head under pressure.
We've seen 1 or 2 players come a cropper from time to time at big moments when they've miscalculated. I seem to recall Tony Drago had a bit of an incident at a tournament a while back where I think he thought he required a snooker when he actually didn't.
Yeah, he's playing. I think he was playing Alan McManus, wasn't he? One of the qualifiers. And what happened afterwards was quite funny, actually.
He ended up conceding a match that he actually still had enough points to win, but it was too late by the time he realised what he'd done. He'd already shaken hands. So that proved particularly costly. Tony's been in action today, victorious, so he's through to the next round. So Bingham needs 2 blacks with these reds and all the colours to force a respotted black.
Nice shot there.
One.
Well, it's perfect position. He could possibly lay the snooker off this final red if he leaves the white there again. Well, he's going for position, so that tells you that he might be going for the respot here, although the colours are in great position to lay snookers.
8.
Well, if he gets on the other side of the bulk line, actually he could play on the yellow and then play the snooker in behind the pink from the green. That would be ideal. I think he's already thought about that. These guys think 4 or 5 shots ahead. So he doesn't want this yellow to be straight, and that's not too clever. He needed to get
16.
the other side of the bulk line with the cue ball, but he can still force the respot. Well, now he might be
18.
going for it. Wow, that is incredible. Well, he might have got a bad contact,
Stuart
but they're
Bingham,
still
18.
pretty wide of the mark.
That was a surprise. Some evidence perhaps of the green leaving the table there. Even so, Bingham will be disappointed he didn't get it. What a fine pot that was from Ryan Causton.
Well, the way this lad's played in this first frame, you think he'd been out there for 15 years or so.
Enjoying the occasion so far. Bingham requires snookers now.
Causton, 3.
2 of them to be precise.
Yeah, it would have been nice if just to knock that brown in to really make sure this opening frame. Well, I think that was an attempted pot.
Well, it's been a very scrappy start to Stuart Bingham's challenge here at the Rotterdam Open. Causton certainly deserves to win this opening frame. Should complete the job.
I suppose one of you 2 people might be thinking at home, well, what's happened to the waistcoats and the bow ties? Well, I think we've relaxed the rules for this event this weekend. I'll let you know in due course if it's going to happen in all the other EPTCs.
Yes, I don't recall it happened in the opening European
No.
Tour event in Bulgaria. They were suited and booted on that occasion. Bit of a party atmosphere in Rotterdam.
Yes, why not? only first day in, Phil, but this table looks a bit rapid, doesn't it? It's a good pace. And once the heaters are on it for another day or so, you'll get even quicker.
It's very much the modern way, isn't it, with these super fine cloths?
Yes, the under table heaters. Oh, there you see it. Still needs 2 snookers. In fact, he can 1 on the pink to tie if he pots this blue.
Nine.
That's his thinking.
Stuart Bingham, 9.
One good pot here then from Causton to set the seal on this opener. Played with drag and played to perfection. Well, he richly deserves that opening frame. Ryan Causton showed a lot of maturity on the big occasion against one of the best players in the world, Stuart Bingham. And it's first blood to the underdog, Causton, lead to 1-0. In what is arguably his biggest professional match to date. Up against a top 10 player, in front of a big crowd, and in front of the cameras. Pretty much uncharted territory for Causton. Bingham, of course, vastly experienced in contrast. Former Aussie Open champion, runner-up at the Wuxi Classic and the Welsh Open.
1.
Former Premier League champion, as we were mentioning earlier, with that stunning performance to take the title last year, beating Judd Trump in the final, having whitewashed both Neil Robertson and Mark Selby on the same night. But there is another elementary error from Bingham, who really struggled to settle out there in the early stages. Just goes to show, it doesn't matter how good you are, if you're slightly off your game, errors can occur, and that was about as routine as a yellow gets. No wonder Bingham's shaking his head. Oh, what a lovely pot that was from Causton, who's visibly growing in confidence with every passing shot. Terrific red.
Three. Four. 11, touching ball.
Well, unlucky there, the white just stuck. Don't know whether he's still got this red to the yellow pocket. Not sure whether we can see enough of it. Well, it's touching, so you can just play away from the pack here. A confident start from the young man here, though, Phil. Well, it looks like he's been out there for a little while.
Very much so. He's potted a couple of superb long reds. One at the start of that mini break, but keeping the pressure on Bingham with a good safety. Caught that thinner than intended, and a rather favourable bounce off the bumper for Bingham.
Might just have a look at a possible red to the right corner here. It might be a shot to nothing. I'm just looking at the red that's just right of the pink. I think it does go to this right corner pocket. Well, he did take that red on than I suggested, but as you can see, he caught it miles too thick. So a chance here for Stuart. But where's the colour coming from? Well, that's a great shot to get there. Just look at that cue power. He's got a shot on the blue. Yes, he had a chance on that red. Might have to sit this one out. We shall see. You just get the feeling, though, Phil, at some stage, although that's not a great shot from Stuart there, positional-wise, that you feel that Stuart's going to kick into gear, and then experience will tell eventually.
Well, you'd think so, but it has been a very ropey opening from Bingham.
Having to play the safety.
Stuart Bingham, 6.
Yeah, I'd be very disappointed that he only scored 6 off that. Good shot there from Stuart Bingham. This is awkward for young Ryan. Well, he's got the mistake out of him.
One. Seven. 8. 14. 15. 21.
Well, just try and win the frame at this visit if he can, and just sort of kick-start his match. Well, this will open up the other two reds to that same corner pocket.
29.
Oh, that's not good. He's short on the pink. He's going away from the red slightly. Won't be best pleased with that. It was better to be top side of the pink, if anything.
$35. 36.
Well, he leads by 38. Great chance here to make it one apiece.
43.
He's overdone that. Well, he's still okay. He'll have to play on the reds, two reds on the right hand side now. I think this is just going to be a question of when and not if that Stuart really starts to play well. This is better. One of the favours, of course, to lift the title this weekend. Well established in the top 16 now, Stuart.
Won a couple of Asian PTC titles last year. So he's a fan of the genre.
56. $57.
And then he misses that one. Well, just as well that he'd done enough already. Needs 3 snookers here, young Ryan.
Not vintage Bingham by any means in the early stages, but it looks as though he's going to come out of the opening jousts of this match. Level pegging at 1-all.
Well, I think he's had enough of this one.
Frame, Stuart Bingham.
Yes, Causton's failure to pot the black set the seal on that frame. So Stuart Bingham, in none too convincing fashion, has levelled the match against Ryan Causton. It's 1 frame apiece, and we'll have frame 3 in a couple of moments. Stuart Bingham then to break off in the 3rd frame.
Just get the feeling, though, Phil, that this next frame could just give us an indication as to where this match might go, actually. If it goes Stuart's way, then he might win 4-1. But on the other hand, if Ryan wins it, he might have to go all the way. Just sort of thinking out loud a little bit there.
Well, I think Bingham will actually be the happier player, Mike, to be at 1-all, because he has struggled. Missed a few pretty easy balls in those opening couple of frames. They might both have gone against him, which would have made his task pretty tough, even against a player who's had very little experience of big-time snooker. As it is, 1-1, as you were. It's now become a best of 5.
Yeah, that's just my opinion, really. So I think experience might tell in the next couple of frames. Well, that was a chance, and he's offered it back up to Ryan Causton here. Well, that's not clever. He had loads of room to put the white into there. That's a poor shot. Well, good shot there, but he's just taken the cue ball away from the red slightly. Nice pot, but he needs another one.
Seven.
Oh, that's a disaster, especially with that red going into the bulk area.
4.
Well, what a chance that was. It was a pity, really, because he initially didn't get position on the black. Made a good pot on the pink. And he's gifted everything back to Stuart.
One.
Nice touch of side there to get the right side of the blue. Oh, that's not clever. He's played on the red to the middle, but it's a better shot to take the red to the corner now. I think it's still to the centre pocket. Well, that was a long way away.
Stuart Bingham, 10.
Well, just when you think that Bingham is going to get a grip on things, he throws in a rather careless shot. It's all been a bit scrappy thus far.
And that was quite funny, actually, a referee that just announcing that break. He sounded a bit surprised as well that it was only 10.
Reminds me of a tennis umpire, Steve Ulrich, who's now retired, who liked to put some expression, some intonation into his delivery of the score. So rather than simply 15-30, it was 15-30, as if to say the serve was in trouble.
1. Stuart Bingham, 7.
Well, Ryan might be in trouble here, having knocked that black into the corner pocket. That was so unlucky. Just look at this. Well, how can you legislate for that? Great split into the pack and red onto black.
No wonder he was exasperated there. There's nothing you can do about that. And Stuart Bingham can count himself extremely fortunate to be back at the table with a easy opener.
Thank you.
Steady hand needed from referee Marcel Eckhart there.
One.
That was a clever shot. Played it a little, sort of a half stun with check side as well. Stay on the black.
Black ball.
You would have preferred to have been low on this black, then he could have just pushed the pink away from its own spot, but you'll have to wait to do that. Just goes behind its own spot once more.
Nine.
Well, I think now he does have the angle just to push this pink on and get it away from this black spot. Well, very surprised that he played it that way. Why didn't he push into the pink and get it away from the spot?
16. 17.
Well, there you go. You'll do it this time.
Sure.
That's probably why I'm sitting here, Phil, and he's down there playing.
Thank you. Black ball.
Tony Drago there in the background, back in action against Rod Lawler.
24. 25.
Wow.
Stuart
I think
Bingham,
Stuart Bingham's missed more
25.
balls in the 2 and a bit frames we've seen here than he probably did in the whole of last year. By his standards, another routine ball gone astray.
One.
And it's misses like that which will keep Causton interested and believing that he can cause an upset today. Trailing by 37, but angle on the blue here to disturb that cluster of reds, should he choose to do so.
Six.
Well, that's a great
7.
pot. Just drop the blue in. The blue, I should say, for the left-hand red. It's a good chance, this, but he's got some work on.
12th.
Well, it would help if the green passes the black. You could play on the green and just open things up at this end.
13.
It's gone for the black, but that's okay. You can move the green away from the spot here. Just depends where this white is going to finish after this shot.
Foul.
Well, that's unbelievable. He's knocked another ball in, having potted, well, contacted another one. Again, so unlucky. Well, you can't quite believe that.
Thank you.
He didn't deserve that either. Just look at this. Good pot on the black. He's in good position. And then sees the green go in the opposite corner.
1. Eight. 9.
Well, Bingham has been a long way from his best in this match, and yet he's poised to take a 2-1 lead. And you have to say that Ryan Causton has been out of luck in this frame in particular.
15.
Twice he's gone into the balls and seen one disappear that wasn't intended. I think he can count himself a little unfortunate to find himself trailing in this match, as he surely will be
16.
after this visit from Bingham. It's a cruel game sometimes. You don't always get what you deserve. Over the longer matches, luck tends to even itself out as Bingham misses a blue off its spot.
16.
It's not going to matter, I don't think. Shake of the head and a rueful smile from the man from Basildon, Essex. Causton comes back to the table. 48 behind, only 35 on. It's a long shot to say the least. Was another careless error from Bingham. It's very much been the pattern of the match, but he looks set to lead 2-1, and you often see the luck even out in a lengthy match, but over the best of 7 frames, Mike, that bit of misfortune can be more pivotal.
Well, it certainly was there. Twice he's knocked a ball in there unintentionally, and it's cost him this 3rd frame. And if he does lose this frame, Ryan, of course, that is, then it'll be interesting to see how he copes with that in the next one.
Yes, it's a mental battle, isn't it, when you feel you've been cruelly denied an opportunity to put that disappointment out of your mind, concentrate on the next frame.
Well, we saw that frustration in young Luca Purcell earlier on, didn't we, when the cue went down quite hard on the floor. His frustrations there, losing to Lee Page, 4 frames to 2. Only back in action against Mark Davis. Can't take anything for granted these days, though, in the game of snooker. There's too many good players around.
Four snookers required here for Causton, so it's highly unlikely that he's going to prevent himself falling 2-1 behind. Full ball snooker. Shouldn't be that difficult to hit though.
Foul.
But he
Rank
has
us
missed
in
it.
4.
You were saying?
Misjudged the angle off the cushion. No miss, of course, because Causton's requiring snookers, so the balls won't be replaced. That's one back, still need 3. Shake of the head from Causton there. That was a big opportunity to lay another decent snooker, which he's failed to do. For the difference, just 35 left on the table.
Well, this frame is over now.
1.
Don't think Stuart would be happy the way he's played so far. I'd be happy with the scoreline, of course.
7.
Especially if he can make it 3-1.
Well, he'll be
9.
delighted with the scoreline. I think he'd be the first to admit that he's a little fortunate to be in front. Ryan Causton with 2 heavy slices of ill luck in this frame. And he potted a ball he didn't
12.
intend to when going into them at pace. But for that, he might well have been leading 2-1 as it is.
16.
World number 10 has edged in front in this best of 7 frame encounter.
21.
Yeah, just starting to find his feet here, Stuart.
27 and a third frame.
Stuart Bingham doesn't bother with the black. He moves 2-1 in front then in this round of 128 match at the Rotterdam Open. To be 2-1 in front, Causton won the opening frame and had more than his share of bad luck in the third, which might well have gone his way. As it is, Bingham halfway to a place in the round of 64.
Foul and a miss. Stuart Bingham 4. Sure. Yep, Stuart.
That's not bad. I don't think there's anything on there. Stuart might just play away from these reds. In fact, I think he's going for a pot to the centre. Well, that was never going to be easy. Might have left this red on that's just above the black. Yeah, it was slightly awkward queuing. Those don't go in if you catch the near knuckle. Good shot there. Well, it had to be dead weight, otherwise you knew that you'd be leaving it on.
One.
That will do. And the black's available here as well.
6. Seven. $14. $15. Stuart Bingham.
Wow, that's very careless.
15.
Very careless. He was going well there. Those don't go in if they catch the near knuckle.
One. 9.
Good chance this for Ryan to steady the ship a little bit.
14.
Try and make it 2 apiece. If he can just get, yeah, it's just about there for the black. He can get into the pack and open up 1 or 2 more. Just get a little bit low on this black would be ideal. He's looked, well, pretty confident so far and assured. A little bit unlucky in the last frame, of course, as we've mentioned already, with those 2 bits of bad luck.
15.
And that's perfect. And you can certainly open them up here.
Well,
he's an amateur, Phil, but if he's got professional aspirations, I think he's got it all there. It's all together, isn't it? Good cue action. Seems to be a good temperament.
23.
We know how tough the cue school can be to qualify through.
Well, absolutely, yes. He's battle hardened, I'm sure, as a result of his experience at the Q school. And he seems to be relishing, embracing the occasion, doesn't he? And that's not always the case. Sometimes players can get a bit caught in the headlights of the cameras and the big player and the big crowd, but young Ryan Causton seems to be rising to the occasion. That's always a good sign.
30. One.
I think that's gone wrong, because once this pink is respotted, it's covered the path of the red to the
27.
middle pocket, and he's stuck on that other one for the one to the corner. I think that is ending a break.
A shake of the head confirming that the pink does respot.
Touching ball.
Well, the only bonus is he's touching the red, so he can play away from them and put the cue ball anywhere on the table. Would have preferred to have been on the red, of course. We talk about fractions of this game, and it's so frustrating for a player when they're in amongst the reds like that, with a good chance to win the frame, and then something like that happens. It just sticks on another red and you lose position.
Causton, 37.
difficult to get safe here. He might be tempted into a pot. Well, looking to try and get the white behind the black. That was nearly a good shot.
One. Five. Six. Eight. Nine. Fourteen. 15. 21.
Stuart's just got the problem with those two reds near the right-hand cushion, and he's gone too far on the pink. Looks fairly straight. He needed an angle to get close to them. Might have to play the blue now, as Ryan looks on. Well, that's not great. Cannon on either of those reds, especially the right-hand one would have been nice.
27.
Needs a good pot to continue here.
Stuart Bingham, 27.
So 9 points the difference then in Stuart Bingham's favour. Big frame this, of course, the difference between 3-1 and 2 apiece.
just wonder here if Stuart's contemplating the cross double. Well, he's hit it on the thick side, so he didn't play the pot there, just looking for safety. It's good pace. Well, this fourth frame could still go either way. Obviously a big frame here for young Ryan. If you can make it 2 apiece, he would really feel involved in this match, but Stuart Bingham, of course, looking to push on. I just wonder if he's attempting to cut this in. Well, he was, but caught it too thin, caught it on the way back. Well, that could have been worse.
Sure.
Good shot there from Stuart. It's got Ryan in trouble. Not easy to get these safe.
Foul. And a miss.
Well,
Stuart
he can
Bingham.
count himself a little unlucky to have threaded
Yep.
cue ball between the two reds there and hit the green, but as you see, Stuart Bingham with no advantage with the way the balls ended up, having Causton put back in here.
I'll tell you what, Phil, you could stand there all day and not do that, can't you? If you're trying to find the gap.
Yeah.
It is a bit of a hit and hope here for Causton. Not much more he can do except trust that his luck will change. This match, an hour and a half old. It's been a scrappy affair.
Well, that was well wide.
And this time they may not go back.
Yes, it's a better angle for Stuart here to take the red on.
Okay.
Well, I think a confident Stuart Bingham might well have gone for that. He hasn't played particularly well this afternoon, the former Australian Open champion. And perhaps that just belies the way he's feeling right now, even though he is leading 2-1 and is favourite in the frame in progress. Hoping for a better chance, an easier one. He's done it again. Well, that's extraordinary.
And a miss.
That is that's just incredible to find the gap there.
That's a bit like, well, I was going to say a bit like winning the lottery 2 weeks running. I mean, clearly he's not had a result there, has Causton, but to find that gap in 2 shots out of 3. Takes some doing. Murphy's Law taking over there. Surely not a third time. No, hits the red this time. How's his luck? Not too bad by the look of things.
I think he will settle for that.
So the frame still alive. 22 points Bingham's lead with 43 left. He will be going for this red. In fact, he opts to play safe. I was going to say, in fact, that that was a tougher red than the one he chose not to take on when he opted to put Ryan Causton back in. So logical to play the safety there.
Very surprised that Stuart didn't take that red onto the green pocket, Phil, a few shots ago when it was dead straight, 3 feet behind it. Chance here for Ryan to get back into this frame now. Couldn't take it.
Yeah, that was a good chance because there was plenty of the red to aim for there. He had the potting angle. It is a desperately scrappy affair, this one. We've had a few of them today. Epic earlier on between Matthew Stevens and Ben Harrison, which went the distance. Now a long decider.
Another chance here then for Ryan. Oh, this time he has left one on. Still needs good cueing from there though. Chance now for Stuart, I should say, to go further ahead.
Needs the final red, but that shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, he's just finished a little bit in between there.
8.
I'll have to take this to the yellow pocket.
Well, in actual fact, the score card there is incorrect, but showing that Bingham is 40
Stuart
points in
Bingham,
front.
8.
Only, I beg your pardon, no, it is 30 points in front, so it's my maths that's up the creek without a paddle. But
It just needed the red.
well, it was a surprise that Bingham didn't get better position on frame ball there. But it's rather been the pattern of this match. It has been a very bitty, scrappy affair. I'm sure Bingham will play a lot better than this and lose.
I've got an appointment window, Phil, for the maths later if you want to.
Thank you. Yes, adding, never my strong point.
Foul and a miss. Stuart Bingham 4.
He's got to be careful here. He's already 34 points behind, and if he misses this again, he will need a snooker.
Good way. Yep, Stuart.
Well, this is awkward to hit with the brown and the yellow on the left-hand side and green on its spot twice across again. He's got to hit it this time. Looks wide.
Foul. Stuart Bingham 4.
Of course, the miss can't be called this time because a snooker is required.
38 the difference, only 35 remaining. Bingham poised to move to within one frame of victory, despite being well below par. It's been a strange match because it's felt for a large part of it that Ryan Causton has actually played the better snooker, but it looks as though he's going to fall 3-1 down. That was a good shot, however. Well, there's just the one snooker required. Causton still has a good chance, of course. Bingham only just managed to hit the red, but in so doing, the white disappears and Causton is back in the frame.
It's a funny old game, isn't it?
Well, Bingham very nearly missing the red altogether, but cue ball disappears in any case, and so there are enough points on the table once again. Confirmation of that for Causton to steal this one. Well, had the red gone in, a great opportunity. He'd have been on the pink with an angle to get to the yellow. As it is, the red stays on the table. It's gone relatively safe, however.
Actually, that double kiss has helped. I think he's got the snooker. A little swerve around the blue, though. No problem. But Stuart still has to be careful here. Another good shot there. He's got the snooker. Don't know whether Stuart can get far enough down this left-hand cushion. Well, over 35 minutes now this frame has taken. Well, he's thinking of swerving to get as far down this left-hand cushion as possible. He's got to avoid the in-off. Good shot from the young man there. But this is awkward. It's a big frame as well, both players. Now, can he get far enough down? Can he also avoid the in-off? Oh, he's hit the brown.
Brian Causton 4.
.30 now the difference then, with 35 remaining.
Needs the knuckle.
Wow.
Not bad.
So easily have seen the cue ball disappear there. Causton, I'm sure, with heart in mouth for a moment.
Yeah, you can see that he caught the red on the thin side. But this would be some steal if he could win the frame. Don't understand why he's not thinking about the blue. I think if he gets over to this right-hand cushion, he will be on the yellow. He's just checking that now. Anywhere near that middle pocket, he should be okay. Just needs to get the white off the cushion slightly, of course. This needs to go in. Well played. Ooh, that's nicely done.
That was a confident shot, wasn't it? Could have gone wrong.
I was thinking he might just leave himself a little bit more distance from the yellow there, Phil, but he played it well. This needs another one as well. Which way will he go? Can he play? He could possibly play this plain ball and come across for the green into the same corner pocket. Well, it's a half stun shot, but that needs to keep rolling, and he's got there. We said how fast these tables are. That was well, 2 or 3 really good shots there. Now he's put himself in good position to steal this 4th frame.
Well, remember that Stuart Bingham was at the snooker's required stage. Such was his lead. And then escaping from a snooker caused a foul to let Causton back in.
That's careless. He finished the wrong side of the blue, but he can leave the white there, then get down for the black from the pink.
Well, these are missable, trust me, under pressure. Not an easy shot by any means, and of course he can't just concentrate on the pink, he needs the black as well.
Well, I just wonder whether he's got the angle here, Phil, just to play this plain ball up and down with the white, or will he stun round? He has the angle. Just plain ball then. Oh, he's missed the pink.
Well, that's pressure, pure and simple.
Rankers 20.
A great opportunity there for Ryan Causton to steal a frame which perhaps he deserved to win on the balance of play, but he's missed the pink under pressure and he's gifted the frame to Stuart Bingham. In goes the pink. Well, that's huge disappointment for the underdog, who has arguably played the better snooker today, and yet, having missed that opportunity to clear up, finds himself 3-1 behind. Bingham needs just one more frame for victory. The course of this short event, 25,000 of which will go to who is ever crowned champion on Sunday evening. A lot of snooker to be played before then.
Yes, back to this one though. You just think this Stuart will be putting this match away sooner rather than later now. That was a great chance there for Ryan to level things up. What can he do from here?
I think 2-2 would have certainly been a fairer reflection of the balance of play.
Yeah, I agree, Phil. But I think we just said, I think the pressure just got to him a little bit on that pink. It was the poor positional shot from brown to blue, wasn't it? He got the wrong side of the blue, which left himself the pink from distance. Should have been much closer to the pink. And if the pressure comes on, you've got to try and make it as easy as possible for yourself.
Yeah, that was a tough pot when you're under the cosh, and it was a poor safety from Causton at the start of this 5th frame. Bingham in with a long red. Very
Bingham.
much
1.
typical of the performance that Stuart Bingham has put in today, which makes it all the more surprising, really, that he has that 3-1 advantage. He's missed a lot of routine balls.
Yeah, but he's been very fortunate to get away with that one. Hasn't left anything on.
One.
Well, he got a horrendous kick there, but the red still went in. That was cleverly played there. A little bit of check side on the white to play that cannon into the red. And the thing is, Stuart's got 2 more matches here. This is the highest break from both players in this match so far. But he's got 2 more matches to play after this one, so you want to try and put this one away as quick as possible.
7.
Of course, as we've said, the benefit of playing in the opening day, if you get through, is you get a day off. You can recharge the batteries for the Sunday. 4 matches to be won on Sunday to lift the title. It's a slightly heavier schedule sometimes, Phil, than some of the majors.
12.
Well, yes, I mean, you've got to win 16 frames on Sunday to win the title. It's quite a workload in one day.
13.
Want the kiss on the green.
18. Stuart Bingham, 18.
Well, that was incredible to find the gap there, and he's pushed one up the table just as well as that he caught the yellow. Because this red would have definitely been on. Well, that was ambitious. It could prove to be costly.
One. Six. 7.
Great chance now for Bingham then to get the job done here. He'll know better than anyone that he hasn't really
12.
shown any form in this match, but it's the result that matters in these early stages. Get through to the next round.
Thirteen. Eighteen. 19. 25. 26, sure. Thirty-two. 33. 38.
Well, there you see a red and a colour is all that Bingham needs to get the job done here. Strange match,
39.
really. Very scrappy affair. Bingham has missed a hatful of balls that he'd normally pot with his eyes shut, but they haven't proved costly. Ryan Causton has had one or two chances, not least in that key fourth frame when he really should have levelled the match when given the opportunity, having required a snooker. Missed the pink, having failed to get the right side of the blue. And Bingham, well, he's done enough. That's as much as can be said, really. He'll look to raise his game dramatically in the next round. And of course, he's more than capable of doing so.
$50. 51.
'Black stays out, but I think it's irrelevant. It is. Ryan Causton offers his hand. Well, that's a slightly harsh scoreline for the youngster from Essex. A 4-1 victor is Stuart Bingham. He didn't